Visitors to the zoo could soon get the chance to get up close and very personal with two new Rothschild's giraffes. Now, the young pair were unveiled to the public about 2 weeks ago. Keepers are preparing the gentle giants to meet the public for feeding sessions. Now, they say training will take a while, but they are optimistic as the calves have settled in well after a long and very complex journey from India.
And for more, we're joined by Ivan Choo, Assistant Curator of Herbivores with Mandai Wildlife Group. Ivan, thanks for joining us this evening. Firstly, tell us how the two giraffes are doing and what's involved in preparing them to be ready for the public.
Hi, Steve. So currently, the giraffe, they are released into the exhibit with the existing two males that we have, which is Marco and Jubilee. Currently, we are just mixing them together in the exhibit, and hopefully they will join the two other big boys in the feeding platform. Because currently, the two young fellas, they are still getting used to the surrounding, and since they are slightly younger, so they are slightly shorter as well. So they are not, their height is still not there yet for the feeding platform, but slowly and eventually, we are still conditioning them to the feeding platform so that they can join the other two boys for their feeding program with the guests.
So, Ivan, how have they been reacting to all of this? I mean, they've been introduced to Marco and Jubilee, these adults. Are they getting used to this new system they're going through?
Yes, they are getting used to. So Jubilee now is currently 6 years old. So he's acting like the big brother now. So if you go to the exhibit now, you should be able to see Jubilee always hanging out with the two new boys, Balaji and Adil. So Marco, he is still the big boss of the exhibit. So sometimes he might show a bit of his dominancy, just like chasing around them around the exhibit. But it's normal for him to do that. But under the close watch of the keepers, we make sure that all the four animals, they are safe in the exhibit.
Now, the last time that an animal was brought to Singapore Zoo was 16 years ago. Tell us more about the experience this time round. Presumably, there have been lots of lessons learned. Yeah.
So previously, we imported Lucy and Ronnie from Israel. That's back in 2005. Back then, they travel by ship, but currently now, due to the pandemic, initially both the giraffe should come from India via the air. Just that we have a very short window for them to travel by air due to their height restriction. So the pandemic delayed the process. So in the end, they have to travel by ship. So we have to send our keepers there for escort. So to bring them back from Mysuru, India, back to Singapore. So it's quite a long trip for them because for the caretakers, they have to go and get their vaccination done, and they have to serve their quarantine during and after they came back from India.
So, Ivan, I mean, one forgets, or we don't, the public might not even know, these giraffes, they grow very, very quickly. So that journey is so complex. You had to time it so well. Their new home rather is so different from where they've come from in India's Mysuru Zoo. How has the team helped them settle in, from the quarantine period that you mentioned until now?
Okay, so the setup is more or less the same, just that the diet given to them back in India is slightly different. Because initially they were giving onions back in India, which is not very common. So what we do is we actually slowly integrate our diet to them gradually. So adding things that we are actually giving to Marco and Jubilee. So slowly they will be adapt to our diet. But being also young animals, they are also quite adaptive. So surely and easily they will be able to adapt to the new surrounding and everything else in no time.
Ivan, thank you very much for chatting to us this evening about these two young giraffes that have arrived all the way from India to Singapore. Ivan Choo there, Assistant Curator of Herbivores with the Mandai Wildlife Group.